Let me show you how easy it is to make alt-right Tradwife propaganda with nothing more than some stock video and a quote. Stay to the end because I promise you're going to want the reveal of where this quote came from. Do you realize that the face of a people is formed by the family? The family receives both its outward and inward characteristics through the woman. The mother gives her husband and children their home. The motherly spirit is the source of all that is eternal. Just as the farmer is deeply bound through the land to the primal forces of nature, a mother receives the rhythm of her life from God's hand. We want to lead our children, our whole people, back to this primal source of strength. The task of the woman is to replace the spirit of money and of self-interest with the spirit of the mother and the farmer. With this spirit, we women will be able to spread warmth and depth to anywhere that our jobs may place us. You want to know where I got that quote? It's from an article called "We Women in the Struggle for Germany's Renewal" by Erna Günther. It was published in 1934 in the Frauenworte, Nazi Party's bi-weekly magazine for women. But I bet if you just saw the video, you'd think it could have been made by any Tradwife today. And that tells you everything you need to know. Let me show you how easy it is to make alt-right Tradwife propaganda using nothing more than some stock video and a voiceover. Ready? Let's roll the clip.
My daughter woke up from her nap today and told me she wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but we were all out of Uncrustables, so I decided to make one from scratch. I started by making my favorite sourdough bread. I cut it into slices for her, and then I had to get started on the peanut butter. I grabbed my peanuts, I roasted them in the oven, and then I blended it into peanut butter. After that, I went out to my garden. I gathered some raspberries. I put them in a pot, and I stirred and stirred until they made the perfect raspberry jam. I spread that on my freshly made sourdough bread, along with the crunchy peanut butter, and then I had the perfect PB&J for my daughter.
I know that might seem innocuous enough. What's the problem with a mom making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for her kid? If you read between the lines, you will understand that there is a messaging that moms should be home with their children. They should be spending their time gardening, living off the land, cooking things from scratch. They should do it all while wearing a dress and heels to appeal to their husband and the male gaze. Voice is soft and demure, a whisper, because women should be sweet and quiet and defer to their husbands. I know it seems like no big deal, but it's propaganda, and propaganda works best when it's subtle. Let me show you how easy it is to make alt-right Tradwife propaganda with nothing more than some stock video and a quote. And stay until the end of the video because I promise you're going to want to find out where this quote came from. Women, I wish to try briefly to make clear what the deepest calling we women have is motherhood. In the bad years, motherhood was often robbed of its deepest meaning and reduced to something superficial, something that was even held in contempt. Instead of a child being seen as the deepest affirmation of the woman and of life, it was seen as a burden, as a sacrifice on the part of the woman. A child was often seen not as a great link to God as the creator of all life, before whom we must bow with folded hands and trembling hearts, but rather very often as the result of a weak mind and as an escape from the great events of life. Many women were superficially mothers, but they had forgotten to subordinate themselves to the law of life, which sees the affirmation of a child as the answer of the woman to her people, and also her contribution to the right of her people to survive. Transforming the calling of motherhood to the job of motherhood left children joyless, unhappy, without strength or soul. Any guesses on that quote? Okay, hold on. Let me read you a little bit more from this passage. Devilish forces under the leadership of Marxism attempted to lead German women along this path. It is therefore our task to awaken once again the sense of the divine, to make the calling to motherhood the way through which the German woman will see her calling to be mother of the nation. She will then not live her life selfishly, but rather in service to her people. This is a quote from a speech by Gertrude Schultz-Klink, the leader of the Nazi women's organization. But if you didn't know that, you might just think it was any message from any American Tradwife today. And that's the problem, because this is how propaganda works.